When disaster strikes, the world responds with compassion, rescue workers, donations, and hope for those in need. Humanitarian aid is meant to be a lifeline, a testament to our shared humanity. But behind the noble intentions, aid can also become a tool of power and influence. The hand that gives can guide, manipulate, and control. Is humanitarian assistance truly about alleviating suffering, or is it a strategic move in global politics? We must recognize both the life-saving potential of aid and its potential for misuse. Is this aid a gift or a form of control? The answers shape the destinies of nations. At its core, humanitarian aid is about saving lives and preserving dignity during crises. Guided by principles of humanity, neutrality, impartiality, and independence, aid should be free from political agendas. It takes many forms: food, water, shelter, medical care, and long-term rebuilding. The goal is to help those in need, regardless of politics or borders. Yet most aid funding comes from a handful of wealthy nations with their own interests. Deciding who gets help and how is rarely apolitical. This is where the line between pure humanitarianism and political leverage begins to blur. In this gray area, aid can shift from lifeline to lever of power. Aid often comes with strings-attached conditions that can reshape a nation's policies. Donors may require reforms or political changes, using aid as leverage for their own interests. Sometimes aid is tied to economic policies that benefit the donor, not the recipient. Humanitarian support becomes transactional, trading relief for political allegiance. Withholding aid as punishment turns relief into a weapon, hurting ordinary people most. The line between helping and controlling is dangerously thin. Real-world examples reveal how aid is used as a political tool. In Haiti, post-earthquake aid bypassed local institutions, sidelining the government and fostering dependency. In Ethiopia's Tigray region, the threat of withholding aid was used to pressure political and military decisions. In Pakistan, U.S. aid has long been tied to counterterrorism cooperation, fluctuating with political alignment. In Palestine, aid is often withheld based on the governing authority, punishing civilians for political realities. These cases show how aid decisions are driven by political calculations, not just humanitarian need. The result: dependency, weakened sovereignty, and deepened crises. Aid becomes a bargaining chip, not just a lifeline. Politicized aid creates cycles of dependency, stifling local development and eroding sovereignty. Governments reliant on foreign aid lose the ability to make independent decisions, becoming accountable to donors over their own people. The most tragic cost is human suffering. When aid is withheld or delayed, it's the vulnerable who pay the price. Instead of alleviating suffering, politicized aid can prolong and deepen crises. It breeds mistrust, turning aid from a gesture of solidarity into a tool of foreign control. We must question whether aid is truly charity or a mechanism of power. Only by demanding transparency can we restore the true promise of humanitarianism.